Welcome to the Daily Bible Podcast. My name is William Hemsworth. Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode. Well, today we continue on through our journey through Scripture. We're starting Matthew chapter 9 today. And today we're going to look at verse 1 in Matthew's Gospel. So Matthew chapter 9 verse 1 says, "And after getting into a boat, he crossed the sea and came to his own town." Now I know this may seem kind of strange to do this one verse on Jesus just going into his own town, but I think there's a little bit more than meets the eye here. So Jesus just got done healing 2 demon-possessed men. He cast those demons into swine, and the swine ran down the hill into water and pretty much drowned themselves. And so Jesus' hometown, his own town, was Capernaum, and it's a good choice for his home base, if you will. This is a cultural melting pot. It had Jewish people, it had Romans, it had Gentiles. It was situated on the Sea of Galilee in a densely populated area, so there's a lot of people there that Jesus could minister to. And as you may recall, this is also the area where Jesus' home was, where Jesus healed Peter's mother-in-law, as we saw earlier in Matthew's Gospel. And it was a fairly wealthy area due to the fishing trade. Fishing was huge there. Also, in a past episode, you heard me talk about Peter's home, how they've excavated it. It was fairly large due to the fishing trade. The fishing trade was huge. It supplied a lot of the fish for the area. So Capernaum housed the Roman garrison that kept peace in Judea, in the region. Like I said, it was the melting pot. It was greatly influenced by Greek and Roman architecture, politics, etc. So why would Jesus make this his home base? The simple fact, guys, is that Jesus came to die for sinners. For you, for me. Not just for a particular race, but for all people. That's why he did that. His home base, so he can minister to not only his Jewish brethren, but also to the Gentiles, of whom he also came to save. Well, that's it for this edition of the Daily Bible Podcast. I know we only covered one verse, but I wanted to kind of emphasize why Jesus' home base was in that cultural melting pot of Capernaum, because he came to take on the sins on the cross for everyone, not just for a particular people. God bless you guys. Thank you for joining me in this edition of the Daily Bible Podcast. If you have any questions, comments, prayer requests, please email me at hopewithin18@gmail.com. And as always, if you enjoy the show, please rate it, please share it. Thank you so much. You have a great day.